Hello, my angels. It's Celia here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Celia and I'm a 6-2 projector Earth Angel here to be part of creating heaven on earth. And I would like to share a little bit about what we can expect to experience in the next coming years as we are going from Homo Sapiens to Homo Luminous. If you want a little background information, the planet has been going through an ascension for many years and we're reaching a peak where humans will really have a portal and opportunity to step into their godlike self, in the image of God, which is what God always wanted for us. We have a very powerful portal these next few years to take that pathway for ourselves. And of course, not everybody chooses this, but you have a choice. And in order to make a choice, you need the information. And that's why I'm sharing this information. On this planet, we've had quite a few technologies on the astral planes and even on the physical planes installed by alien species that did not want humans to live in their highest alignment and that have enslaved humans because they've used our emotional energy as fuel. In the next coming years, because of solar activity, because of the frequency of the planet, these technologies will no longer be able to kind of sustain themselves. They will no longer be able to actually function. And this is going to give an opportunity for humans to tap into these higher abilities that we have within us and that have been dormant and hidden for a long time. Does that mean that this is going to happen naturally? No, it's not going to happen naturally. It's going to happen if you choose it and if you do the work for it, because you have dormant DNA within your DNA strands that need to activate in order for you to access these gifts and abilities. And the way to activate it is, through physical purification, mental purification, emotional purification, spiritual purification, and then working a lot in with the elements of nature and with nature in general, as it contains like this higher frequency. Some of the things we can expect to see in the next actually just 2 to 3 years, or up until 2030. Hello, kitty. Is a lot less need for sleep. We're going to become a lot more efficient in the way that our brain functions and how we sleep. We're also going to see the spiritual gifts unlock. So being able to see energy, being able to connect with other realms, being able to see auras, and more advanced types of skills such as teleportation, telekinesis, moving energy very fast will also be possible for those who do the more advanced work. We're going to be able to see a lot of humans that no longer need to eat physical food because they get nourishment directly from the environment. And we're just going to see a planet that's a lot kinder, a lot calmer, a lot more harmonious and balanced with nature. And so we're also going to see the animal kingdom transform. We're going to see a lot less violence in the animal kingdom, and the feeding cycles are going to change. And so we are basically stepping back into what some people call the Garden of Eden, but this time with wisdom, this time with knowledge of how it was to be cast out of the garden, which is what gives us really so much power to, enjoy that place and to be able to do it with our conscious mind and our free will. So what are some of the things you can do to choose this pathway and prepare yourself? Well, there are a few things that you can do. Generally, my methodology, my coaching is based on angelic activation. So it's based on activating your high-end DNA strands. And some of the things that we do, for instance, firstly is physical purification. So the physical body has been bombarded for most of us for decades with foods that actually have been directly engineered for you to be disconnected from your spiritual gifts, for you to be heavy, weighed down, intoxicated, full of parasites, all these kind of things. This has also been part of the technology, has been the engineered foods that humans have been consuming for a long time. And so we need to cleanse that body. We need to go back to the diet of nature. So that's raw foods. And for most people, it will also require more extreme forms of cleansing, such as juice cleansing, water fasting, maybe even dry fasting, NMS, parasite cleanses, all of these things to really get your body back into alignment with its natural health, because your pineal gland, its health depends on your physical health, and the pineal gland is the portal to seeing energy and to working more closely with the energy realms. So this is also part of what I teach inside of my coaching program, and you can read more about that below if you're interested to know more. And then we also need to go through the emotional and spiritual purification. So we need to clear the karma from our ancestry line. We need to clear the curses that have been cast upon us. We need to clear the energetic entities. We need to clear any karmic sediments, really. And we actually have the potential to do that with many of my clients when I do one-on-one sessions. I clear these things from their aura in just one session. We don't have to take 10 years to meditate and figure out where it came from and do affirmations and all of these things, which is the old way of doing it. If you have a great energy healer, it can be done very fast. And this is essential as well, because you need that clear aura in order to be able to access the Garden of Eden. We also need to cleanse mentally, of course. So, our mindset, the way you think about ourselves, how you allow distorted frequencies to affect you mentally. Every time you have negative thoughts about yourself or doubts, that usually comes from negative entities that are trying to influence you. And they will only be able to do so if you have some sort of karmic sediment that allows them to do so. Why is this helpful? Because in your essence, you are already that godlike version. You don't actually have to, I don't know, necessarily become anything. It's just about what you have to unbecome so that you can tap into that highest potential, which is there, present and dormant within your DNA. It's already there. So that's all we have to do, is remove what's in the way of you living in that state. And that's what my work is fully dedicated to. It's fully dedicated to helping you remove whatever is there in the way so that you can step into your fullest alignment. So this was, just a very short introduction into what we can expect to see for us as humans, the potential we have, and the tips that we can implement to start aligning with this heaven on earth frequency and your godlike self. So if you're curious to know more, I have a few masterclasses you can see down below. I also have a free heaven on earth movement that you can join, and I will have some new masterclasses coming out next year. Plus, this is the work we do inside of my coaching program. So if you're ready to actually learn the system, I've created an entire system with more than 100 modules on how to activate your angelic DNA and highest self. Then click the links below, DM me on Instagram, and let's chat. I work with very few clients and very exclusively at this point, but if you feel a calling, feel free to reach out to me. I'm very excited for creating a heaven on earth. I'm very excited to have you come along. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.